Good morning. It's Celeste at Astrology by Celeste. I'm a little late today. Yes, I am. I've been slow moving this last couple of days. Yes. Well, today is the Astro and the Oracle program. I hope I'm not having technical difficulties. Oh, great. Hi, Cosmotion. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Meg Boy. Welcome, everyone. Yes, to the Astro and the Oracle. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the astrology. And then I'm going to pull cards from the Queen of the Oracle deck. This is a new deck but from Stacey DeMarco. And she also wrote the Queen of the Moon deck, which I really, really love. And this is great. It is coming out. You can pre-order it, and I'll put a link to it in the show notes. So if you want to go to get this deck, as well as I'll post the picture of the cards and put a link to get the deck. Yeah, it's really, really beautiful. And oh my goodness. How perfect for this day. And it's guidance through the solar and seasonal energies. Yes, it is. Draw down your power from the sun. I love it. Okay, let's see. Good morning. Hey, Lara. Hey, everyone. Oh, you just listened to the podcast, Julia. Yes. Now we know what, it's really interesting. Okay, let me try to get it together. And hi, Martina from France. Yes, yes. Hi, Twice But Nice and everyone. Welcome. Okay. It's really interesting. I'm going to try to frame everything that's going on astrologically from, the events and help correspond them on a bigger level about what is going on. So yeah, we knew this week we had the big Mars-Uranus conjunction coming up in Taurus, and that perfected on Monday. But it's really a good thing to remember that Mars transits tend to come in a few days early, and Uranus transits and Saturn transits happen to the day. So when you have Mars activating Uranus or Mars activating Saturn, there can be like a boom, 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 kind of like where, oh my God, look, like what's going on kind of thing, because a bunch of stuff goes on. And when these planets are activating things in our birth chart, it can mean more of a story. Now, obviously, everyone wants me to talk about the assassination attempt against Donald Trump. And so we knew he was going to make news, but I've been focusing on the Republican national debate because we knew it was starting on this day. It's really, really fascinating. Like all the information about there being a potential assassination attempt against him because he is the leader of the opposition party was in the solar eclipse chart. So for people who study astrology, a big theme around the solar eclipse was that the sun, the moon, and Chiron, the wounded healer, were all conjunct at 19 degrees of Aries. And if you put the chart around the USA chart, it was conjunct the natal Chiron. So when you have planets conjunct or anything within a degree or two from a planet in your chart, it does and there's an activation like a transit or an eclipse or things like that. There's an activation and it's a natal excitation, and then events pop into our lives. So if you put the chart of the solar eclipse on April 8th outside the USA chart, the Sibley chart, it's January 3rd, 1776 at 5:11 p.m. in Philadelphia, you will see that Aries is in the fourth house. And in mundane astrology, the fourth house is the house of the opposition party and the house of land and like land resources and things like that. And think about all the things that have been happening in the USA. So there was this, and this is a great example of combustion slash Kazemi kind of thing, because when a planet is next to the sun, it's hidden, and Chiron wounds or heals or both, and the sun is the leader, and so Chiron conjunct the sun, an assassination attempt where the person is hidden and we don't see them against the leader of the opposition party. You can see that in the astrology of the solar eclipse. I was so interested to see how this Chiron was going to show up. Now we see it happening with all of these storms, like the land piece. You know, there's been tremendous, the bridge fell down, tremendous storms, all sorts of things around the land. But this is another way it's shown up. And I had been so worried about some kind of like attack against America, but it's attack against the opposition leader. So hopefully this is it. We have had cyber attacks and such, but I was worried about a bigger scale cyber attack, but hopefully not. I'm still a little worried about like around the election. We shall see, but it's neither here nor there. But this is how we saw it come to life. And this is another, so we have 2 eclipse seasons every year, and you really set the tone of the year. But when you may not see events happen until 3 months after an eclipse, where the sun, the Mercury, Venus, you know, and other stuff all starts going and squaring the eclipse degree. I hope that makes sense. So the eclipse degree was at 19 Aries. And then on Saturday, we had, well, a week ago, we had a new moon at 14 Cancer that squared that eclipse. So now we're seeing events coming through from this 90-degree angle that are related back to the solar eclipse. So hopefully that made sense. And so on Saturday, it was unbelievable that how this had happened. But, you know, this guy got on the roof in this small town and was able to take a shot at one of the candidates for president. And thank goodness he didn't kill him, but it's very tragic because one guy died and potentially more. But it was on the day of the first quarter moon in Libra, and the sun and the moon were both on world points, suggesting that events would occur that got a big amount of attention. Yeah. And Mars-Uranus is already combustible, and then it was conjunct the fixed star Algol, which is a star of catastrophe. So that brought in even more potential energy for upheaval, because Uranus is like a whirling dervish. It comes in, spins things all around, and then like moves out, and you're like standing there like, what just happened? And it's like these sudden breaks where things aren't the same anymore. It can be like we're seeing in Texas and other places where there's just the power is out suddenly, and they're having a really hard time getting it back on. Mercury is on the same day as the Mars. So Monday was Mars, Uranus conjunct Algol. And as I said, Mars transits come in a few days early. There was also the sun squaring Chiron on Monday. So the sun squaring Chiron, and I already talked about how Chiron was combust or Kazemi, whichever, hidden by the sun on the day of the eclipse. It was actually Kazemi, which is like really tightly sitting at the heart of the king. Yeah. So this is where we see the action pop to life. And the sun in mundane astrology is the leader. Yes. And apparently there's something about, I was reading, I haven't seen anything else, but about President Xi from China might have had some kind of health event this weekend. So I don't know if that's accurate. Google it if you want to check it out. But I saw some news about that, but I Googled trying to find something in the New York Times or something, and I didn't see anything. Oh, okay, Darrell, yeah, you're welcome to come for a reading, yes. Hey, Real Sister, hey, Christonia. Oh, and let me not use my train of thought. Okay, and Mercury in Leo was King Kunk's, Mercury in Leo, King Kunk, Saturn, and Pisces. And so Saturn delays things, and one of the big things about the power in Texas is it's taking so long to get it back on. And another thing about it is that like the people in the crowd at the assassination attempt were yelling at the police to look on top of the roof where they saw this person like climbing up, and the response was so slow. It was like the Saturn delayed, because Mercury's slowing down to go retrograde. It doesn't go retrograde till August 4th, but now we're in the shadow of that. But anyway, in Saturn, it was like, it was in the blind spot. Quincunxes are like a blind spot. They're 150 degrees, which is literally the blind spot of the human eye. So it's hard to see them. And yeah, the delayed response to take action to get this guy, off of the roof. So you can see it all there. And Uranus rules elections. So you can think about how since like the debate and now this assassination attempt, everything's up in the air. It's just craziness. So I just feel like it's really important for people to use your tools to stay grounded, because there's just such chaotic energy, and that Mars-Uranus opened up a 2-year cycle where it's really going to be interesting to see how like all of this shows up. Okay. Oh, good, Lara. I'm glad you need a big picture perspective. But the biggest picture of this is the United States is in our Pluto return. So, and we have Pluto in the second house. So this is a time where, Pluto burns things down to the studs in order to be rebuilt. And both sides of the aisle, feel like democracy's at stake with this election, that we're on the brink of some kind of authoritarianism, because with Pluto in Aquarius can be power to the people or power over the people. It can go either way. It's a sign, Aquarius is a sign of extremes. And so, yeah, it's America's decision. Which way are you going? What are your belief systems? If you sit this out, don't complain. Kind of energy is what I personally am saying, because it's really critical. Yeah. Hey there. Hi, home girl. Yes. Oh, you live in Philly, Julia. So probably you're like, the news is inundated around this whole thing. Yeah. But it's really interesting, because this is a bigger picture about the energy. Like Mars comes to Uranus, and what happens when an outer planet and an inner planet are talking, you really get to see, like, we're familiar with the Mars. We know Mars. Mars competes. Everybody knows, like, sports stuff. Mars, takes action, like the firefighter who runs into the building to save people, like, has the courage. Mars's energy and drive. Yeah, it gets us out of bed. But Uranus is something we don't see all the time. We see it less. This chaotic spinning out energy that and Uranus awakens us to things that we're not typically aware of. Like it helps us see the future, see the trends. See, like Saturn is the structures that like we see with our eyes. Uranus is kind of like, sometimes the conspiracy is true. And Uranus is more of the conspiracy, brings it into our alignment. But just how Uranus brings into our conscious attention how, no matter how much we plan, no matter how much we prepare, that things are not set in stone, and upheaval can happen unexpectedly from out of nowhere. And so anyway, we had the upheaval, and people in their own lives, everyone has had some kind of something with this Mars-Uranus conjunction, whether they realize it or not. And now Mars is moving to sextile. Mars is in Taurus, and it'll be sextile Neptune on Saturday. So there was some kind of upheaval, but as we get to Saturday, we're going to see, like, people became aware of something. Uranus awakens you to something. And then as it gets to Neptune, we walk through the fog, and then we get on the other side, because Neptune is the planet of illusions and delusions. And, we're awakened to something, where we see something, reality, a fantasy to reality kind of thing, or something that was confused becomes clear to us. So you can think about with the Donald Trump example, he's having his convention, and then he's going to make his speech, and then people will be clear of something, or think they're clear about something, about what his plans are going forward for the country, kind of thing. Yeah. Hey, everyone. Okay. A one with all is going to, can we tell if it's staged through astrology? There's Neptune. Neptune wasn't a big player in this. I would think we would see a bigger emphasis of Neptune for something. I know a lot of people, this was something that was so interesting. So many people thought and wrote on, and online things about thinking, was this staged? I don't know. Looking at the Aries ingress chart, I think it was something. And I talk about, you can watch my video, Aries ingress, on Kepler College. And I talked about how in the Aries ingress, Mars was conjunct the IC. Mars at 27 degrees of Aquarius. And this Mars-Uranus conjunction squared that. And the IC again is the fourth house, so it's the house of the opposition party. So it was all in the chart, and there's nothing in that chart that to me, yeah, I'm going with it. I'm going with the. I'm going with, it's just a freak event. Like, yeah, Mars-Uranus. Anyway, and the Mars-Uranus squared Donald Trump's natal Mars and ascendant. So it's all in that Mercury, the Mercury quincunx Saturn, like this young person trying to, murder Donald Trump, was in his 12th house of hidden enemies. So that suggests a hidden enemy tried to hurt him. So that's what I'd say about that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the wounded leader. Yeah. Yeah. Chiron is slowly about to oppose your Libra moon. So you may find yourself with oppositions come in through other people. So you may find yourself dealing with someone who you could meet, a new healer, or someone who brings up a lot of childhood stuff. Because our Chiron, the mythology of Chiron, he had wounds that could never heal ever. So, but he used that energy to become a teacher and to help other people through his own experience be healed. And there's a big story about Chiron, about being rejected by his mother, kind of thing. That's interesting. Anyway, you may meet someone in life who you help heal, or they help heal you, or they bring up or stimulate childhood wounds, and you don't know exactly, why am I reacting to this person like this? And it may be, you may want to look at your own Chiron placement to try to figure that out. Oh, Claudio has a client that you warned them, you saw this in their chart, and you warned them not to get into conflicts. They got into conflict, and they're in the hospital. She's in the hospital with her mother because they got into some kind of fight. Yep. Oh, flooding in Illinois. Ooh, I hadn't even seen that. Yep. There's just... Oh, no. That's horrible. Yeah. Oh, Saturn's conjunct your natal Chiron. Saturn conjunct your natal Chiron could be... are you having some kind of health problem, or is it bringing clarity to some childhood stuff? Yeah. Yeah, we do have to define our values as a country and realize, and participation. Yes, working and rooting for democracy. So there's so many things people can do rather than just get anxious and scared. They can, what do you believe in? Do you want to give some money to your cause? Do you want to be a poll worker? Do you want to call on the phones? Do you want to canvass? Do you want to do... There's actions you can take in order to feel like you're part of the solution rather than just an observer. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, there's... Oh, it's a perfect astrological storm. Yeah. Next year is so much changing energy where we're having 3 outer planets go into different signs. Now, the nice thing about it is there's supportive energy, like Uranus and Pluto are going into a trine formation. Uranus will move into Gemini, Pluto's in Aquarius. So on the high road, there can be these innovative changes, ideas, and new thinking that's more on an egalitarian, like Uranus kind of thinking, to change the collective, and because Aquarius rules the collective and Pluto can transform things. There could be these massive transformations scientifically, technologically, and in thought processes that bring the world into a better place. Now, it also, on the shadow side, could very, very quickly move into, really scary things where AI gets just totally out of control, or we have more and more control. Pluto is power over the collective and surveillance. Pluto can be surveillance with Uranus and Gemini tools. So you can think about, it can go either way. So, or somewhere in between the two. Yeah. Hi, Tara, Love and Magic. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And yeah, that's a big thing. So algal imagery is like the Medusa imagery, and Medusa, the woman who was turned to stone and turned into a horrible monster, where anyone who looked upon her turned to stone. So the head of the Secret Service is a woman, and she is being demonized. Algol is the demon star, and accused of being a DEI hire because of the really poor performance of the Secret Service. It was abysmal. Like, number one, how did this person even get on the roof? Number two, they're supposed to all pile on the president or whoever they're protecting, and especially keep their head exposed. And then Donald Trump hopped up, he's a Leo rising with Mars, fight on his ascendant. He was attacked, and then he's hopping up on the fight, and he should have never been able to hop up. And now he's this iconic figure that makes him harder to beat, because he's got this mythology. He's got his Saturn. Saturn is consequences, hardship, the Grim Reaper, all of that. Bona fide, it's called, between his Venus and his Jupiter. So he has Saturn at, I think it's 23 degrees of Cancer. And then he has Venus at 25 degrees of Cancer. So you can see the Saturn-Venus conjunction But he also has Jupiter in the sign of Libra, which squares his Saturn. And so Jupiter and Venus are the benefics, and Saturn's a malefic, and his Saturn's between those two. So it's like he's got this protective energy around him. So yes, he does. He's very lucky. He's got protective energy. He turned his head at the right moment, or he could have, been assassinated. Yeah, so that's how you can see. That's how you can see his luck in his natal chart. And on the day of this, the sun was coming to meet his Saturn. And then 2 days, so the sun, Saturn, this hardship, this horrible thing. And 2 days later, the sun is on his Venus. He's at this convention, and people are on their feet celebrating him like a hero come back from battle with his thing on his ear and all of that. And oh my God, there were people who are putting in bandages on their ears. We are in some strange times. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, you could see deception, but I would expect Neptune to be more in the back. But if you listen to the podcast, I talked about this huge wave of water coming with the Neptune sextile, which is behind the Mars-Uranus. And it could be, we'll see, maybe let's hope it's waves of people voting for their beliefs at the polls, yeah. Oh, you had a total breakdown with your therapist, Mars-Uranus. She was invalidating, like your mother. So you decided to make a sudden break. Yeah. That's what, like, and you may be feeling it coming up within you, and like your mother. So this is how we speak the astrology. There was a new moon in Cancer, and the Cancer rules the mother. And you had this event that reminded you of this thing. And yeah, you had this emotional memory. The moon is memory. The moon rules Cancer, like coming up. And you made this break, sudden break. We're done. That's Uranus. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. Okay, let me read all the comments in there. Yes, there's a lot of upheaval. Yes, we are a federal republic. Yes, we are a republic. Yeah. Yeah, lots of new technology. My Mars-Uranus, one of the things, and you will have a bunch of things when these transits are coming. And you can see them coming in for a while. And so the energy, think about all the things you've seen over the last week, where there's a lot of conflict or power things. Like on the day of Mars-Uranus, one of my ear pods was like making a funny noise, and I had to put it back. It took me like 5 minutes to get it working, because there was like this Uranus, you can think about electronics, and there was something going on with the electronics. I watched the movie Signs, which is about an extraterrestrial it's such a good movie. Oh, I love that movie so much. Extraterrestrials that come to Earth in order to, you can watch it if you want. But it's like an alien invasion kind of thing. I think it's from the 90s, but it's such a good movie. And it really, watching it was almost like calming, because it's really about the soulful story of a family. It's Cancer, sun in Cancer season, and them healing after the mother had passed at the day of Mars-Uranus. The moon was in Scorpio, which can be, the mother's passed on. So anyway, it was so good, but it was so calm. It was before cell phones, and just watching it, and people like answering a phone, it was like brought back this nostalgia of this time that was just so much quieter. Our lives are so loud these days. It's too much. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay. And New York City, they've introduced Zoom cashiers out of Thailand. Oh my goodness. You're seeing Uranus energy popping everywhere. Zoom cashiers. Wow. Oh, you broke up with your hairdresser. So Mars and Uranus met in Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus, associated with beauty. So yeah. There was this thing in Thailand, I think it's Thailand, I think it's Bangkok, where 6 people were poisoned by cyanide. The story is just breaking today in the U.S., but there's something about a financial devastation, and I don't know if it's just but it looks like maybe a murder-suicide or a mass suicide. Uranus rules suicides, it rules elections, it rules voting. So we're seeing all of these things getting a lot of talk. Oh no! Oh, I'm so sorry. Your doggy died. Mars rules dogs. Mars and Mercury co-rule dogs. You can think about Mars as dogs for protection, Mercury for companionship. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you had your knee drained unexpectedly. Oh, good. I hope it's the frequency trying to elevate. Yeah. Oh, you sprained your knee and found out on Friday. Interesting. Well, I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, there's all this stimulus all the place, all the time. It's destabilizing. That's why now more than ever, we need whatever we can to calm ourselves down, manage all of this energetic stuff. Yeah. Okay. I hope that's good. I'll talk more about with the podcast. I may have some more to share about it, but yeah. I had other Mars. Yeah, another thing. I kind of twisted the wrong way with Mars Uranus and kind of irritated. I've been having some shoulder stuff. Yeah. Like Mars's mistakes. So my neighbor asked me to pick up a package for them, and I got a package the same day. And they're like kind of not paying attention, I guess. I went and got a knife, and I accidentally opened their package rather than my own. And it's like, what is this in here? And it's like, oh, it's makeup. It's not mine. It's my neighbor's. So, yeah, mistakes and like sudden mistakes. And I like the package is open. Like it's broken. The seal is broken. Not the makeup, just the box. But like a minor thing. But that's Mars Uranus too. So anyway, the Secret Service. I wonder how long that lady's going to last because she's not looking good. There was also a woman in the stands. We're seeing this algol imagery that was at the assassination that was acting real suspicious. And there's thoughts wondering if she was in cahoots with the guy. But Aries, solar eclipse in Aries, I would guess it was a soul assassin rather than a conspiracy. That would be astrologically what I would think. Okay, let's see. It's a great time to come get a reading. Now, I'm going to be out of town for September. So if you want your eclipse reading, I highly suggest you get on the calendar and book it before I go off. Yeah, because the next eclipse is September 17th, and I'll be out of town all of September and the end of October. Okay, yeah, yes. Oh, you've been sick for 2 weeks. Oh, no. Yeah, okay. I hope you feel better. And let's see. I'm going to do, okay. Also keep in mind, moon mastery is a great way to help you understand your moon and your subconscious in order to bring more calm and ease, better relationships, and all that stuff into your life. I'm teaching it for the Organization of Professional Astrology in Utah, October 16th through 21st. You can go to the link in my bio or on my website to learn more. I'd love to have you join. It's going to be phenomenal. In-person moon mastery, and we are really going to get into our charts from the past, present, and the future. Okay, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to pull a card for all of us first. Like, just a big energetic thing. Because it's really intense this week. And people are... Oh, this drugged out. People are freaking out. Okay. Samhain. Possibility. Isn't Samhain in November? Because that's when the election is. Possibility. Yeah. So what's possibility and probability are different things. Keep that in mind. Just jumps to my attention. Oh geez. Oh geez. So number 34. Let me just read a little bit about this. This is for all of us to keep this in mind. I release everything that no longer works for me. There is a time for rest and a time for growth. This is just a natural cycle. Release what you no longer need. Will let die what isn't working. Think about things for a time. Do not act, just allow. Embrace the void. Time and darkness as a time of pure possibility. Halloween, yeah, Samhain or All Hallows Eve. So yeah, Halloween is October 31st, so right before November. Is traditionally a winter festival marking the colder time and a time when the earth begins to retreat and die. Death can signal our ability to start again. Yeah. Yeah, and it's also talking about, it's also talking about that with Mars, okay, what I'm getting from this, with Mars Uranus, if there's something that you need to release and let go of, that now is a great time. There is this energetic energy to just cut off things that are no longer serving you anymore. I really don't like the card. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. For our energetic forecasts, considering what we're talking about. Yeah. But it is what it is. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Everybody's letting me know it's on Halloween. Yeah. It's a very beautiful oracle deck. Well, you just want to sleep. Yeah, this week I've been sleeping in late. Yeah, I've been taking it slow. I finally have some downtime. I had a new moon in Cancer, and I'm a Cancer rising, but it was in my 12th house. And so I'm just really feeling it. Okay, let's go to Aries. Aries, your card is Solace, Synergy. Aries, let's see what's going on. So Aries, we're in between the eclipses. Mars, Uranus, for you. Mars rules Aries. Thinking about, for Aries, what do you want to partner it with? You know, this is a great time to balance that energy between Aries and Libra with the Sun and Cancer, because that squares both of them. And thinking about, you know, synergistically, what do you want to partner with? Who do you want to partner with? You might have some awakenings about a partner, Aries. Bring all your ingenuity to an issue to solve it. Uranus can be brilliant ideas. It's a higher octave of Mercury. Yeah. It may take a team to complete a task. It may take some time to heal completely. Don't rush. Slow and steady, seek places where you are protected and nurtured. Create your own sanctuary. I am healthy and use my ingenuity. This is a great time. The rest of this week is really great for Aries to really think about how do you want to move forward and do some planning and thinking about who do you need to partner with in order to achieve your goals or whatever. And because Mars is going to go into Gemini on Saturday, and then boom, you're going to feel like that slow energy. You're going to feel like this pep up to really get going, because Mars rules your sign, and then it's going to be moving towards Jupiter. Mars-Jupiter conjunction can be success around something. So your actions lead to Jupiter success, a win, award, something like that. So think about that with this energy and how you can use the rest of this week. And really believe it's possible for you to take the actions that you want to take in order to, and you don't have to do it alone. That's what I'm getting for Aries, because Aries is a sign that could be about the self. Okay. Okay. Ooh, Taurus, reflection. Really, Taurus, I want you to really pay attention to this. When I see this card, I see the rainbow. And I think about how rainbows are an illusion, that there's a pot at the end of it, a pot of gold at the end of it. Yeah, and think about now Mars is moving to a sextile with Neptune. Neptune's also the ultimate manifester. So this is a call for you to believe in yourself, I feel like, and that you have what it takes to put your energy, and Taurus is a slow-moving sign, your energy into the efforts that you want to take forward step by step to get what you want to achieve. And Neptune, the illusion, just believing, ask, believe, receive. Yeah, but also just be aware, you may find out something that you may walk through the fog at the full moon, all is revealed, and see that something you thought was one way is something else. It's like the great and powerful Oz pulls back the curtains and you see things for what they really are. So be prepared. We're having a full moon in the sign of Capricorn on Sunday, and full moons illuminate things, and being right after Mars Neptune, yeah, I feel like we're going to be seeing something for what it really is. You know, I've talked about how the Democratic Party has been really pushing Joe Biden, who's a Scorpio sun, and Mars traditionally rules Scorpio, to step down. And now with this, and I said, if he didn't by Saturday, and that's when the astrologically I could be seeing, you know, this first quarter moon before the Mars Uranus, that they were going to stop asking so nicely. And so I wonder if the pressure is going to get big enough. Like, are they going to pull out the big guns on Monday? Did they tell him, if you don't step down, we're 25th amendmenting you, or something like that? I don't know. There's huge fighting going on behind the scenes at the Democratic Party. The fight will start to dissolve when Mars sextiles Neptune. And so either Friday or Monday, I feel like, or early next week, sometime next week, if Joe Biden doesn't step down, he's not going to. And will there be a fight at the convention, or are we just like, okay, this is our guy, we're going, and we're going to put all our energy into it? Now, I can see either Trump or Biden in the 2025 Aries ingress chart being the president. I cannot see Kamala, Gavin, or any of them, just from the look I took at it. So it looks like it's going to be one of them. So we'll see. It's possible. I can see both of them written all over that chart. Yeah. Okay. Gemini, creation. Birgit, creation. It's so interesting. I pulled this card yesterday for myself, and there was something about mother, and I also was looking at Ceres, the asteroid of nurturing, which represents the mother, and Persephone, the daughter of Ceres, who was kidnapped by Hades and stolen to the underworld, and then Ceres let everything die. But when she got her daughter back, she was creative. And I just think, Geminis, what do you want to birth is what I'm getting. Yeah, is there some kind of, and with Gemini, you're here to communicate and express yourself in some way. It could be creatively or something else. Like, I'm feeling like, are you writing anything with Jupiter in your sign? If you are a Gemini, you are more likely, when Jupiter comes to your sun, can be a time when you are more fertile and going to have a child, have a blessing. Like Jupiter in your 4th house, around your ascendant, on your sun, and your 5th house can be times where people are having children. So Gemini, if that's something you want, you can be thinking about that. If that's something you don't want, you should be very definitely keeping that in mind. Your birth control. Yeah, but the baby could be something else. So I just want you to really think about what is it you're wanting to birth, because Mars is going into Gemini, which will stimulate you to take action. That's happening on Saturday. And it's really interesting. I feel like these are about like goals and legacy, because we're having a Capricorn full moon. The second one, that was another indication. We have two Capricorn full moons this year. That's something around governments, and there's something karmic with the next one because it's at 29. Okay. For Cancer, your card is gratitude. Yes, this is an absolutely beautiful deck. It's really well written. She's pretty amazing. And this is Llamas, Cancer. This is a new moon in your 1st house. So Cancer sun or rising, especially, this has like a really something to do with you, your physical body. And it's a really good time to be thinking about being grateful for all you have, the littlest things, especially if you're in a really difficult time and feeling really emotional. Sometimes it can be really helpful to just stop yourself in your tracks, especially Cancer is a mutable, not mutable, is a card, well, it's cardinal water. But anyway, the moon changes signs every 2.5 days. So there is this flowing energy that can go up and down, up and down, up and down. And Cancers are emotional creatures. Yeah. And sometimes people with strong Cancer energy, you're meeting a different person every time you see them, because like they flow with the energy of the moon. But anyway, great time to just think about how you are thankful for all the little things that you have. If you have a roof over your head, food in your belly, these sorts of things are things to be thankful for. Loved ones, whatever. That's what I'm getting with that, with the gratitude. Yeah. Okay. For Leo, embolic, renewal. Yes, for Leos, this is really a good time for you to be resting, whether you're Leo sun or rising, because the next new moon in 2 weeks is going to be in your sign, and that will give you an energetic lift up, an energetic boost, and start you in on, a new journey. Because you can think about, if you're a Leo rising, your 1st house is Leo. If you're a Leo sun, that has the energy of the 1st house. When you have your birthday, you have this new energetic push-up of energy. So that's what I'm getting for Leo. Oh my God, and she even looks like a Leo. Yeah, with the hair. Okay, let me see. Yeah, it's Tanya. It's really beautiful. And let's see if I missed anything. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we got people meeting. People meeting with the same last name. How funny. Okay. Oh, you saw a gorgeous rainbow yesterday. In New York City. Nice. I love rainbows. Okay. Yeah. 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 Oh, I don't know Pete Buttigieg's chart. I'll have to look it up at some point. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about, Harris. Okay, so you're having a Mars, a Mars return. Me too, Savantra. My Mars is in Gemini. Dharma Dawn. Yeah, there are a lot of mothers and children dying in wars. Yes, it's really. Yeah, and in the U.S., I just feel like women are. So much is at stake for women, Oh my God. Especially, okay. So for Virgos, the card is recovery. I don't know how to say this. Amaterasu. I'm going to read this a little bit. I don't know who Amaterasu is. So Virgo's recovery. And Saturn is opposite your Virgo placements. So you may be feeling Saturn can feel like a heavy wet blanket. It can feel like you're tested, coming up against restrictions, but it brings earned success. Because when you work really hard and you fight through the barriers, on the other side, you feel like you've really achieved something. Yeah. So I'm going to read a little bit. I don't know who that person is, but I want to see. Did I miss any comments? Okay. What? Ashley, why do you feel the need to do? Oh, Ashley is a Cancer. No, Ashley, I know you're not bipolar. You're not a different person every day. No, you're not. But sometimes, yeah. You flow with the moon beautifully. Yes. Okay. A couple of people can put your sun, moon, and rising in the question mark at the bottom. There should be a plus, and I'll do a couple at the end. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of optics. How things look are so important. In the United States, there's been studies like the taller candidate wins. And all kinds of stuff. Americans are very focused, and I think people around the world on, what it looks like, what they see. Yeah. And how interesting. We had a first quarter moon in Libra, and people saw with Jupiter, and we have Jupiter and Gemini, this duality. People saw different things. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Algol Glory Fiction is a fixed star, and everyone has Algol at 26 Taurus. So fixed stars move very, very, very slowly. There's something called the precession of the equinoxes, and they move about 1 degree every 72 years. So, yeah, everyone alive has Algol at 26 Taurus. And unless you have a planet or a placement right around there, like especially 25, 26, or 27 in Taurus, I wouldn't really take it into delineation when you're talking about your stuff. Yeah. Now, William Lilly used 5 degrees on either side, but that's really wide. Most of us use 1 degree on either side for fixed stars. Yeah. So, if you have anything on Algol, you can think about like the symbology of losing your head. So, be mindful if this Mars is on your sun or whatever, about not losing your head. But the energy's abating right now, so you should be okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. For Amaterasu, we can recover from all kinds of trauma without building true self-esteem from the inside, and without building true self-esteem from the inside out, and without a true love of who we are, we may seem to always be limited in what we do. Choosing ourselves first matters. I can and will recover is the mantra. Amaterasu, I don't know why I'm having so much. Amaterasu is the sun goddess of the Shinto faith. Her name means to shine in heaven. She is a beloved Japanese deity who lived a peaceful life, very much in harmony with of the workings of nature, shining brightly among her herd of horses and gardens full of silkworms. For her weaving. Interesting. Yeah. It's a symbol of power, but recovery and rejuvenation. There's a whole write-up for each of these. Very interesting. So another thing about this deck you'll learn about, like I never heard of that. Yeah. Oh, thank you for the badge, Darrell. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Ooh, Libra, your card is resilience. Resilience. So, how can you be resilient? And Libra, I wonder what has come to your conscious attention with this first quarter moon in Libra, about how you face challenges with this Mars-Uranus activation. And for Libras, the Mars-Uranus is maybe in your blind spot, so you may not really see it, but it may feel like a fly buzzing in your ear or some kind of irritation. But how can you be resilient? Yeah. And when Mars goes into Gemini, it will be in a trine, so hold on, and you get this energetic push to help lift you up. Yeah. This is a great card for Scorpios. Ein, wealth. For Scorpios, wealth. Yeah, so abundance. So really focusing on the building abundance. And this Mars is opposite you right now. This Mars-Uranus is opposite your Scorpio placement. So really think about what's coming from outside of yourself. That's competitive. Uranus is also just exciting, and it can be brilliant. Ein. Wealth is not just about money and finances, although this is important. It is also about the richness in life, the fertility of ideas, and the prosperity of the joys in our life. Justice will be done. I am abundant and I attract what I need. I love that for you. Focusing on your ability to attract what you need. Not everything has to be pushed for. There's the push, but there's also the pull. So think about that, Scorpios. How can you magnetize? And yeah, Scorpio energy can be very seductive. Hence your knee. Yes, Libra rising's going through it with that South Node. Yeah, the South Node is an energetic drain. The rising is the first house, so it speaks to the physical body. So many Libras are having physical issues. Yeah. Okay. Sagittarius, contentment. Look at this, contentment. Oh, I love that. So thinking about, look at this. So Gemini was the mother. So we've got mother, maiden, maiden, mother, crone. All three archetypal energies of women over the Gemini-Sag axis. I find that so interesting. Yeah. So Sagittarius, how can you find peace within is what I'm getting from that card. Yeah, finding peace within. Letting go of any kind of, letting go of wishing, wanting, like resentments, all of it, and just be at peace. Yeah. Soul Invictus, life. This is for Capricorn. Interesting. Soul Invictus, life for Capricorn. Let me read this a little bit. See what it says. Okay. Memento mori. Remember, you will die one day. Stay focused on the miracle of life and do not waste time. Well, that's so Capricornian, like thinking about your legacy. We are free and unconquered in our minds. Take the high road. Watch your ethics. Do not allow the wishes of others to always take up your time. Do not be disrespected. Now, don't get any fights with anyone, Capricorn, because they feel disrespected. With this Mars-Uranus is still in action. I live each day with vitality and richness. So Sol Invictus was one of the earliest and most powerful deities in the Roman Empire. He died on December 21st before being reborn around the 25th. And the magical, so right around the solstice. This is just about the solstice. He's beloved by emperors and people alike and was a patron of soldiers. About bravery. This is also about how hope is really an important thing. So no matter what, you know, hope that better things can be coming. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Teresa. Yeah. So the Mars-Uranus conjunction will be over like Saturday. I feel like when Mars goes into Gemini, that energy is pretty much cleared. But you also have to remember that this started a new cycle. So there is this intensity for the next 2.5 years that will have the nature of this Mars-Uranus, because it's kind of like a new moon. So what happens is when there's a conjunction, the planets come together, the energy fuses, and then the faster moving planet pulls away from the slower moving planet and continues to make aspects. Now remember that Uranus it moves very slowly. It's going to be around this degree of 26 Taurus for quite a long time, because it's going to go and retrograde and da-da-da-da. And Mars is going to keep moving, and at some point, actually this is not going to be till next year, it's going to square from Mars and Leo to squaring that and I'm not sure where it's going to be. I'm not sure when the next square is, so we'll have to see when that will be. But the two planets will square. I'm not sure if it's Leo Taurus or it's going to be in once Uranus moves into Gemini. So then that would be Mars would be in Virgo squaring it. And then there's going to be an opposition, and then there's going to be another square for over like a 2.5 year cycle. But the seeding, like the new moon kind of thing, was set this week. But we'll feel a lightening of the energy by Saturday. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Aquarius. What time? Oh, Jesus. I'm just going on and on. Okay. Accomplishment. Yes, Aquarius. Accomplishment. Solar maximum. So, yeah, celebrate. I feel like this is really important for Aquarius. Celebrate any wins that you've accomplished. Yes, yes, yes. And we're having a full moon, which is the nature of celebrating wins. And for Pisces, focus. So, like, try to maintain your focus. Try to gather in your energy, especially for Pisces, because you can really feel all this energetic, like, calamity that's underneath all this stuff. So it's really important, especially for Pisces, this mutable water sign, to come in and gather yourself and really, like, think about focus on keeping calm, staying steady, clearing your energy, getting all that craziness off of you, knowing what's yours energetically versus what's others, focusing on what you wanna achieve, rather than letting all these crazy collective energies get you really disturbed. Okay, let me do a couple of these. Yes, yes. Okay, let's see. Okay, Tia is a Leo sun, Virgo, and please put it in the question mark. Leo sun, Virgo moon, Aquarius rising. Ooh, what a nice reading, Tia. Renewal, recovery, accomplishment. So to me, Tia, this is saying that it's really important for you to like maybe stop. I wonder if there's something a little, like, are you working on multiple things or a little scattered or overtired or something? There's really a need for you to stop. Whew. I mean, I just got like this, like I could barely breathe. Stop, take a deep breath, do something to really calm your energy down. Maybe go to bed early, get some rest. If you can, even plan to take a day off and calm down. And then you will get, like, the rest and renewal will bring the accomplishment. You will be amazed about how sometimes even just half a day, a nap, like a day off can just revigorate you and like set you on a path for better working. Like, yeah, that's what I'm getting. I hope that made sense. Like, you really need some kind of rest. And if you do, it will bring you greater success. Okay, routine the day is an Aries sun, a Cancer moon, and a Virgo rising. Okay. So, Aries, synergy, gratitude, and recovery. So, if you've had a conflict with a loved one, I'm not sure if it's, I'm getting a spouse or a siblings, like, or anyone. Like, acknowledge it, and I think maybe process it, write about it, and I wonder if it's like you're upset about something you're not admitting. Like, it may not be in your conscious attention yet, but I definitely want you to, at the full moon, it may have been something where they did something or said something and you're like, but let it go, but it's still bothering you. So I think it's like a good time for you to think about, like, what's the great things about this person who bothered you or upset you or what have you. And then, like, I feel like there's some forgiveness needed. And that's what the full moon is great for. Forgiveness needed. Yeah. And if you need to have a conversation, maybe after the full moon. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah. Let's see, what else do we have? And I'll do routine. Oh, I just did that one, didn't I? Okay, Emma Loney is Leo's sun, Gemini moon, and Sag rising. Oh, I love this. Okay, Emmy Loney, Libra sun, resilience, creation, and contentment. This to me is about keep going to follow your creative dreams, whether it's just for a hobby or your life's work or what have you. Despite setbacks, I feel like it's do it for the joy of it, and like finding the contentment, like not necessarily from fame or glory, but for the pleasure that it gives you. And maybe eventually the flowers will come. If it's something like you're working on growing and it's growing slowly, like I feel like it's like keep going, keep at it. Yeah. Okay, I've been talking way too long. I better go before Instagram cuts me off. Sorry it was so long. I've got to figure out how to make these things faster. Oh, you feel it so much, Emma Loney. Oh, good. Creativity for creativity's sake. Yes. Do it for the joy of it. Yes, yes, yes. And don't like criticize yourself for spending time doing something creatively that you love and enjoy. It's like soul enriching for you. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, take good care, everyone. I'll put this on YouTube in case you want to watch it back. I will be on YouTube on Thursday with Tiffany Herlick. We're going to talk about, I'm going to post about it, but we're going to be talking about Mars and Gemini. So I'll be talking more about that. So keep that in mind. It'll be, I think, 10 a.m. Pacific time Thursday on YouTube. Okay, take good care, everyone.